Okay, so we are going to now use a problem or complete a problem that has parentheses. The problems that we've been working on before does not or did not have parentheses. So I'm going to show you what this looks like using the PEMDAS method with parentheses. Okay, so of course I'm going to use PEMDAS. Like I said, you can use GEMS. It's the same thing. The only difference is the grouping. So PEMDAS or GEMS, it is totally up to you. I like to use PEMDAS because it maps out all of the operations and is easier to understand, in my opinion. That's just me. Okay. So PEMDAS, I know that I'm not using exponents, so I'm going to go ahead and cross that out. And the reason why I cross it out, again, is because one day you will use exponents, just not in 5th grade just yet, okay? So we're not going to eliminate it. We're just going to acknowledge that it's there, but we're not using it right now. So that's why we cross that out. P stands for parentheses. M stands for multiplication. D stands for division. A stands for addition. And S is subtraction. And we are going to complete all of these steps in this order. That's why we have it listed this way, and that's why we use the mnemonic device of PEMDAS. Okay. So the first step, of course, is parentheses. Are there any grouping symbols? Well, I see 2 sets of grouping symbols. So I have 2 sets of parentheses. This is the step that I am going to solve first. Okay? And everything that we complete with PEMDAS is left to right. It's kind of like reading a book. You're reading words on a page, you read left to right, left to right, left to right. So after you have acknowledged those grouping symbols, that multiplication sentence, the division, the addition, the subtraction, you always go back and go left to right, left to right. So in this case, parentheses, I'm going from left to right. So I'm going to solve this first and this second. And look, this is a subtraction sentence. And subtraction is the very last thing that we have to complete. However, not in this case because it is in parentheses. It doesn't matter what the operation is. If it's in parentheses, we have to solve that first. So 28 divided by 4, okay? 4 times 7 equals 28. So 28 divided by 4 equals 7. 10 minus 8, 10 minus 8, 10 minus 8 equals 2. Okay? Now, everything else, I'm just going to drop it down. And what this is simplifying our expressions. So we have took this very long expression and made it even more simpler. Okay? Instead of having this long expression, now we just have this. And then it's going to get even smaller and smaller and smaller until we leave with one answer. Okay, so we are done with our parentheses. I'm marking that out. We're done. Okay, next step is multiplication. Are there any multiplication sentences here? So my new expression is 7 plus 3 plus 2 times 5. That is multiplication. So I'm going to put a box around here. I've already did 1 step, 2 steps, so this is step number 3. Okay? I'm trying to keep the focus adjusted. It's moving. Alright, here we go. This is step number 3. 2 times 5 equals 10. Now I'm bringing down my plus sign, my 3, my plus sign, and my 7. So plus 3 plus and 7. So I just brought it down, and look, even further, it is simplified. So no multiplication. Remember, I just completed a division statement that was in parentheses, so I don't have to go back and do that again. Now I'm down to addition. 7 plus 3 plus 10. Guess what? I'm just going to solve this whole thing right here. And if you want to chunk it into parts, you can. But because they're all addition, I think it's a little bit easier. So 7 plus 3, I know for sure is 10. Plus 10 equals 20. And there's my answer. Okay. So remember to follow the PEMDAS in that order. I hope this helps.